What's up, everybody? Big Herc, fresh out, and you're tuned into our new series, Prison Stories. You're gonna hear a story from somebody who's either lived it, witnessed it, or experienced it. These stories are gonna turn the hairs on your back up and have your motherfucking toes curling. These stories ain't no fucking joke. You guys think this fucking is a game? This ain't no motherfucking game. Anything can happen to you in prison. And these are prison stories.
There was a guy I knew. This was back in like 2000. We were pretty young, like 30, 29, 30. And the guy, he was cool. Everybody knew him in the penitentiary. He was pretty much kind of popular. You know, a lot of guys knew him. And prior to him coming to Lompoc, he was at another institution. And he had got to some kind of trouble or something, but he had co-defendants, meaning that it was him on the case, him and other people on the case. I think he had like 8 or 9 crimees. And, you know, whatever their situation was, somebody pleaded guilty. You know, when you're doing that, when you doing time and you have people on your case, you know, whatever situation, sometimes you got to, you know, pleading out and doing all this stuff, you got to have permission and all that, you know, because you got other people, because he may want to plead out, I may not want to plead out, I might want to fight it, but you done gave up information and got yourself caught up. So the situation with this cat was I guess he had, well, hell, he gave up some information, you know what I'm saying, and it hurted a few of his co-defendants, okay, so I guess it wasn't in his paperwork that he had, but one of his crimees ended up coming there, okay? But you know, when you get there, you got to go to these different like orientations. When you first come into prison, they had to screen you and find out if it's safe for you to be out there amongst these other, you know, people, inmates, or convicts, whatever you want to call them. So somehow the guy that came to the institution, they placed him in a hole. He had I guess the administration realized that they were crimees. So they had to look into these people's paperwork to find out was it safe for this guy to come on the compound, right? But in actuality, it was more or less the other way around. So when she found out his co-defendant was out there amongst all the popular people, all the, you know, he sent the word out there. The guy ain't cool. He's not, you know, he's not cool, but I'm not just saying he ain't cool. Here's the documentation. So you can't say somebody ain't cool just off your word. Fuck your word, you know what I'm saying? Because this is something that's gonna follow somebody the rest of their life. So when you put those type of shit, those type of things out in the air to the open, you have to have proof to back up your claim. So he had that. And so, guy realized, so now it's going back and forth because you got now the politics come in. You got people believing this guy in the hole, and then you have people who believe in the guy that's out here on his crime, his co-defendant. So now it's a bunch of shit, even though the paperwork is out there. You know, they read the paperwork and they make it say something else. So the guy that was out there on the yard, he started acting a little different, okay? And then the sad thing about it is he ended up just going to the hole one day, just disappearing. And as soon as he go back to the hole, he hung himself. He, you know, back in the hole, you can, they take your belt and all that, but people try to take their pants leg and their pants, and they can make rope out of pants. You can make rope out of toilet paper that will hold you strong enough to kill yourself. I'm talking some regular toilet paper you wipe your ass with. You keep twisting it up, putting water on it, and it get hard like a real rope. And he took that thing right there and he killed himself. He took his own life. You know, now, people took that as he was guilty, you know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know, even though they had the paperwork, but the paperwork wasn't really saying much. He was just talking about his part of the crime, but by him doing that, it fucked off everybody else's situation. So he's like, oh, he snitched on me. So but he didn't really out directly, from what I know understood, telling them. But he hung himself. So now everybody look, oh, well, he hung himself, he must have been guilty. So that's, it's sad because the guy, he's no longer here, and even though it's in black and white what happened, a lot of people feel like it wasn't enough. That should have been enough to take his own life because he's not coming back. Once you're dead, you're dead. Ain't no, I died for a week, come back, I died 2 years, I come back in 2 years as a butterfly. No, your ass is over with. So, that's the moral of the story. So, stay out of prison. Stay away from gangs, stay away from drugs, stay away from anything that's get you caught up. Spend some time with your son, your daughter. That way, your ass will stay out in the streets.
For all the viewers and subscribers who would like to become part of the supporting crew at $4.99 a month and contribute to the Fresh Out channel, this is what you'll be getting. An exclusive look at all up-and-coming Spreads episodes. Learn what ingredients and recipes are used in prison to elevate the eating experience and how to get creative with what's available. Get your name in the credits. By becoming a member to the channel, you are directly helping us create better content, and out of acknowledgement, your name will be shown in the credits of the Fresh Out interviews. You will also gain exclusive members only access to footage that has never been seen before from our archives, unreleased episodes, behind the scenes, bloopers, and that gritty stuff you guys like to talk about, but we can't really share on the regular YouTube channel. Biannually, you'll also get a commissary package. First 6 months, membership will get an apparel package of Fresh Out clothing, and the next 6 months, you guys will get a spreads package with all the recipes and ingredients you'll need to bust that fat ass spread. Last but not least, as an additional perk for supporting the channel and helping us create bigger and better content, all members get an exclusive discount code to use in the Fresh Out commissary store. You'll receive 10% off all orders, no matter how big or small, and this is for unlimited use, not a one-time thing. You'll get to use this 10% whenever you want, as long as you're a paid member. All this will be available in the community tab for all you paid exclusive members. You will also get to represent the Wig Splitter crew. All members to the channel will receive this dope Wig Splitter badge icon that appears next to your name whenever you post on the channel. I've got your back on the open talks, and we'll be able to answer your questions as a priority. And sometimes, man, you just got to represent. We also support non-profit charities. After YouTube takes their cut of the $4.99, we will donate a percentage of all membership revenue to a worthwhile cause every quarter. Well, that's it, you guys. We hope you guys take that step and become a paid member and support us so we can travel to your state or your town and do an interview and keep bringing you this dope content. But remember, guys, the channel's still free, but there are a lot of perks to becoming a paid member. Big Herc, Fresh Out. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.